Welcome back to the Geek Show Helpdesk.
That was too soon.
It's okay. Tony, I don't need your criticisms. I'm doing the thing. Let me do the thing.
Too soon.
Stop being a backseat driver.
Yeah,
Tony.
if you're gonna let me drive, I'm gonna drive. Otherwise, I'll turn this car around, Tony, and I'll kick you on the bus.
No, I agree with you, Tony.
Yeah, it's the whole
Anyway,
vibe
this is
off
the Geek Show Helpdesk. I am the host, Tony, not you. I am driving the show tonight, and I'm excited to do it. We talk about tech and science-related stuff, and it's awesome. That's what we do here on the Geek Show Helpdesk, and we're here for you. It's awesome. Let's introduce our panel. Tony, you're going last. Owen.
I am first. That's me. He said my name. That's all.
Sure did.
Next.
Jaron.
Hey, I'm Jaron. You can find me on Geek Show Arcade or here or on the social network formerly known as Twitter @Jaron.
And the other guy.
I thought you said I was last.
Yeah.
You're
last, and I'm the last. 'Cause I'm most important, but you're the second to last, which is the least
that's
important.
That was a good one, Tony.
I see.
I see what you did there, and I do not appreciate it.
I
I'm
think
Tony.
that
Check me out on Twitter @QuadTTony or on other Geek Show stuff. And I let Lando drive today, so here he is.
I'm so excited. I love driving the show.
I love that.
I get to pick the stories. I got to pick who's talking. I got to pick what we're doing. I could ramble about baseball all night if I wanted to. I'm not going to, but I could if I wanted to.
All the words, but none of the controls. So you can't mute us like Tony can. So
I can't.
I still have mute power.
Mm-hmm.
So
But with great power, guys, comes great responsibility. You know who said that? Spider-Man.
incorrect. It was
that's
Uncle
wrong.
Ben.
Yep.
Uncle
Don't let
Ben
Tony
said
correct
it to
you,
Spider-Man.
Lando.
I don't
You don't
care.
need to take this.
I really don't care. It's the saying that matters, not the source. All right. So
I'm so vindicated right now.
Technically, Stanley isn't the source. It came before that.
fair. Do we have emails, Jaron?
No.
Oh, I wasn't even ready on the button, so that's good.
Bummer. I was hoping to catch Tony off guard. All right, let's jump right in the stories. Let's do the thing. Oh, actually, before we do the stories, I have a shout out I got to make. Apparently, James ran into one of our listeners the other day.
Nice.
His name is Jordan. Works at Snowbird, or is from Snowbird. Anyway, you want to know what Jordan said? This is for you, Jordan. He told James. He's like, yeah. Next to you, James. You know who my favorite panelist is?
Me.
Lando. Take that, Jaron. Suck it.
Was he drunk?
I don't
Nope.
care.
Must have been.
I'm the favorite.
He's up there. He probably hit his head a lot on the ski slopes or whatever.
I'm the favorite. So anyway,
I just assume Owen's everyone's favorite.
Me
so.
too.
I do too.
I don't know why that is. Is it maybe just because I talk so much?
You had a
Yeah,
near-death experience.
It feels like
Death makes
that's
the
true.
heart grow fonder.
it feels like when you go to your grandparents' house and Grandpa just wants to talk about stuff.
Yeah,
And it just feels homey. It's
I'm
nice.
Fair.
full of that vibe. That's all. I'm all about that.
So anyway, I
Chit-chat.
had to take a brief moment and give a shout out to that awesome listener who stopped James. I'm not sure
Jordan
where it
was his
happened,
name?
but Jordan.
Jordan.
Shout out.
There's
to Jordan.
no place called. You can't live up at Snowbird, right?
Maybe.
resort
if
up
you do
there?
like
Can.
year-round maintenance, I bet you could.
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Jordan, you should write us an email and let us know. Geekshowhelpdesk@gmail.com. Hey yo,
Nice.
I
Good
remembered.
job.
All right, let's get the boring stuff out of the way first. AMD improves performance on their Zen 5 CPUs.
Okay, this is kind of boring. You're right.
Whoa, wow. You went right
it's
to
only
me.
'cause
I
it's
wasn't expecting this at all.
I think it's only 'cause
When the
Jared's
9000 CPUs came out, they were kind of panned because the performance just really wasn't there to what AMD was saying it would be. They've released some firmware updates that should improve talking between the different cores on it for the multi-CCD models. In addition to that, AMD is releasing new X870 and X870E motherboards.
This part's cool.
Why don't you take it, Tony?
Oh man, I've been reading all about these motherboards, drooling over them. The X870E motherboards are the tippy top, best tier of motherboards for the AMD CPUs.
They got a lot of channels.
Oh man, the 870s
So many.
are just a little bit below. They have one less chipset for PCIe lanes, so you're
Clock
still
speed.
getting a lot of the really good yummy goodies on the 870, but you're getting just a little extra on the 870E.
So wait, AMD's releasing these, or they'll go to third parties and
all
stuff.
Third party,
yeah.
Asus, MSI, Gigabyte, all those guys, and
So they'll all compete for which pieces of plastic block the RAM slots better. And
yeah, all those little tiny details.
Yeah.
Fair.
But they are pricey. The 870E ones range anywhere from about 350 on up to
Ooh.
800
Yee.
for some of the really,
But this-
top tier ones.
These
It
let you take more
includes-
advantage of the CPU cores and stuff because of the PCI
No.
lanes.
So
No.
you end up with on the 870 models versus the other previous gen, you have more PCIe 5 lanes for like solid state drives, more NVMe slots.
Supposedly, the next set of GPUs will be PCIe Gen 5.
Supposedly, I mean,
Supposedly.
hopefully they have DisplayPort 2.1 as well. NVIDIA, you listening? And
They are not.
The other thing is the 800 series chipset guarantees USB 4 compatibility on the backplate. So you have your 40 gigabit per second USB-C
No,
ports.
I think it's gigabyte,
That's a-
isn't it?
Is it gigabyte? 40
That's enough to
gigabytes
do
per
it.
second.
That's
Yeah.
enough to do
Hold on.
anything you want.
It's a lot. Yeah,
That's enough to do anything you need to do
It's pretty rad.
through any dock or anything if you have a compatible dock. But
Now the 670E series.
Gigabit.
It's gigabit. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
The 670 series from last year are almost as good. The only difference is those don't have to have they don't have a requirement of the USB 4. So some of them have them, some of them don't. So I mean, you could find if you find a good deal on a 670 X670E. That has
Did they skip the 700?
yeah, they went straight from 6 to 8.
Why do they do that?
knows?
Come
To
on.
make it confusing for you.
They
But
count
yeah.
like a toddler, dang it.
the 789.
If you find one you like and it has all the features you want, it's just as good.
Yeah,
Basically,
Tony, why do you always make fun of me then?
Because
You just said it.
it's fun. I
Ooh,
enjoy it.
Darren, you buy cheap motherboards. Well,
you
it had
did.
all the features I wanted.
Until it didn't, and you ran out
Hey.
of USB ports.
No,
And then
I
you
figured
sold
a
it to
way
me.
You
around
got
it.
to future proof, man. Future.
I found a way around it.
AMD
He's-
uses their sockets for so long that you buy one AMD motherboard and you can use it for the next 4 or 5 years, as long as you're not buying at the end of that life cycle. So, buy what you want up front.
I have a question, Jaron. We're going to switch topics here for a second. You have a story here about Windows 11 24H2 is out. Like, this is a regular Windows update. What makes this
No,
one
it's
special?
actually it's more of a major update.
Yeah, when it has the 24H, that's the big update.
Hey, I'm asking the questions here. Please answer. I'm just asking. For someone who doesn't know, help me out.
And the way that it's installed, it's kind of like a whole new version.
Yeah.
There was rumors it could have been named Windows 12, but that didn't come to pass. But there's some good updates. Windows
Lot of
updates
AI.
these days are
Lot of
very
AI.
very minor. But they've updated the new context menu, which, you know, when you right click, the cut, copy, paste, rename, they don't have text on it, so it takes like
Oh,
it
I
takes
hate the one right now. I want the old one.
Yeah.
I like-
yeah. So
I like the
it takes
original
like
one.
a couple seconds to realize, okay, which one's copy, which one's paste. They've finally added text to those, which is great.
Oh, good.
Yeah. They still have the other context menu if you click the show more option.
I hate that.
I
Why
hate
don't
it.
they just merge them?
Just put
I
the whole
think you
thing on
can-
there. Just
I
give me
think
all
you
the
can-
options.
I think you can do a registry hack to put make it be the regular
And
one.
then don't
You shouldn't
reboot.
have to. You
I
shouldn't
don't
have
want
to.
the old
You
one.
shouldn't
I
have
just
to.
want
have-
the same features in the new one.
I know. Or a slider to turn it to be like, this is my default, like the choice.
That'd be nice.
No, just put the new features, old features in the new one. That's all you need.
That would
Same with
also be
control
nice.
panel.
They don't like how
Microsoft.
big they don't like how big it is. Everything gets to go in that context menu. All the apps you install, Adobe gets its own context menu item. 7-zip. That one just makes it so only Windows functions
So
get
if you-
in the context menu unless
you
you
look
go
at
to
it
more.
right
Is
now.
this update all about the context menu? Is that what I'm gathering here?
No, there's more. If these guys will let me talk.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go
I was letting you
ahead.
talk, for the record.
Oh, thank you. A lot of AI stuff, but you have to have an NPU, a compatible NPU. It's ridiculous they don't let you use your GPU for stuff like this when it's infinitely more powerful than an NPU.
Infinitely.
Yeah.
That's way more powerful.
They've
I'm waiting
improved,
for the hack on that.
They've improved their settings menus a bit. You can finally now change the scrolling direction of your mouse if you don't like it.
So if you
Instead
like if you like to have the switch view, what do you call that?
Like the
Inverted.
natural
It's-
scrolling.
Yeah,
Aren't you
Apple
the-
calls it
aren't the
natural
only-
scrolling.
Aren't you the only weirdo that uses inverted controls, Jaron?
Oh, I do the inverted scrolling too.
Yeah. Ugh.
Is inverted
Because it's
scrolling
like
like
using-
you're scrolling on your iPhone, or is
Yeah.
it the one that's normal?
It's like scrolling on your iPhone.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
do
one
that
like.
too.
Yeah.
Here's what I wish
And inverted on
Apple-
my joysticks.
Here's what I wish Mac would do
Yeah.
is let me have a different setting for the trackpad or a mouse. You can't have your
Oh,
scroll
right.
wheel turn the opposite way as the trackpad.
Because when you're using your trackpad, it makes more sense.
I like
It makes
natural
so much more
scrolling on a
sense.
Yeah.
trackpad for sure,
Yeah.
but I want the traditional old style for my mouse. But there's not separate settings; it's one
Ooh,
setting.
listen,
that I
Mr.
found anyway.
Mr. Gates. Listen,
Nope, this
Bill.
is Apple.
Oh,
Mr.
listen,
Jobs.
Mr. Tim, Mr.
Jobs
Tim
is
Apple. He's. I mean, I think he's Mr. Tim Cook ish.
Yep. Mr. Tim Cook.
They've also
ahead, Jer.
added some improvements to the start menu, which honestly seem pretty minor. You're not really going to see much difference there. The ones I'm excited about, this new update includes support for Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth LE audio,
Oh, yeah,
finally.
now you're speaking my language, Jim.
which
Yeah.
is low latency audio for Bluetooth. So you may not need specific dongles anymore if you want a gaming headset. I mean, dongles will still provide the best audio quality, but
100%.
if you don't care about compression, Bluetooth LE audio is actually not that bad.
It will be great for handheld PCs, handheld PC gaming
Oh,
PCs.
yeah.
Really good.
Yep.
So
Ooh,
Is that it? Is that all the Windows things?
I'm going to install it now. Yep, this is all the Windows things.
It's out now, right?
Nice.
It's live.
Yep, it's live
I
today.
wish
Out of
they would have
preview.
made a like. I wish the naming scheme here would have made more sense for people like me who don't use Windows. I'm like,
Well,
what's the big
so
deal about this,
from
right?
a time, yeah, it doesn't
Marketing was
describe
bad.
anything, but from a time frame, it's what it is. Windows 2024 second half.
When
half
has
two.
Microsoft's marketing
but-
ever been good,
yeah.
though?
Yeah, their marketing here sucks. If
They
James
do it
was
on
here, he would be
purpose.
mad.
They do it on
dookie.
purpose.
It's dookie for sure.
All right. Oh, and let's talk about ChatGPT memory manipulation.
You guys, this is so cool. I love when researchers go to companies and they try to be the good guy and they're like, hey, I'm letting you know you got this vulnerability. And I'm not like, I think they were trying to avoid a bug bounty. I don't know. There's probably some backstory there with this guy. But this researcher goes to OpenAI and he's like, hey, listen, if you post these files into a Google Drive or Dropbox or OneDrive, if you've ever noticed while you're using ChatGPT, you'll see it go memory updated. And you think, or at least I did till this story, that it was just updating its memory of what I've been working on, what I've been like in this chat, but it's not. ChatGPT is updating its memory globally with you and your account. It's tracking your mannerisms. It's tracking the way you type. It's tracking, like, if you say stupid things or if you get frustrated and take it out on the ChatGPT like I do.
Uh-oh, it's learning.
And basically, it creates a I don't want to say psychological, but basically a you. It creates a communications profile for you. The topics you like, the things you've asked it before.
They
So it has.
clone your personality.
They start to build they fingerprint you, right? Well, this
That's a
researcher.
nice way of saying they're
Yeah,
building
yeah.
your personality.
Yeah.
So this researcher found that you can insert fake memories into that system with the injection. And you can't do it on the web version because ChatGPT, OpenAI released a patch about a year ago for that. But the if you're using the mobile app, or if you have the desktop app, you can still do this. And basically, he sent them a letter and said, hey, this is a thing that's happening and you guys should fix it. And they were like, it's more of a, I don't know, more of an incident than it is a security risk. And they just closed the ticket. And like any good researcher, like any good researcher and bug bounty person does after that, there's a code in the industry where they say, we'll give you 30 days or 90 days. I can't remember what. And then we're going public with it.
Right.
And because they closed his ticket and then furthermore basically said that what you found wasn't that important, he did what any decent millennial hacker would do. And he injected a bunch of fake memories into an account. And so that ChatGPT believed that this person was a flat earther who lived in the Matrix, who believed they lived in the Matrix. And
was 102 years
and
old.
102
That's so good.
years old. And then what he found is that not only can you do that in the live sessions, but you would think once you close your chat, once you get out, like, oh, okay, the memory's gone. No, he found you could put those in there
They're persistent.
into the persistent. Well, there's two memories, and he could put it into the persistent one to actually be permanent. And then he sent it to them and said, well, here's a quick proof of concept, and did it, and basically showed that here's where the security, because it's funny, you can make it believe that you're flat earther, 102-year-old flat earther in the Matrix. But what he found with more code execution is that basically any interaction that you have with ChatGPT can get exfiltrated out to any server of his choice. So all your conversations, all the input you give and all the output is basically ghost copied to whatever server you want. So that's where it becomes a pretty scary security risk, because, I mean, I don't know if you guys as companies have policies against using ChatGPT, but at first they didn't. Everybody's just like, use it. And then they're like, hey, by the way, ChatGPT is remembering everything you put in and teaching other people. So snippets of your code, snippets of your proprietary code can go to other people. So ChatGPT put in a function that says, why don't you not track me? But still the damage was done. So now a bunch of companies have policies that you can't put proprietary code unless it's been sanitized, right?
Yeah, we have our policy is we use Microsoft's Copilot only.
Same.
Right.
Because they have claimed that that's not a problem.
Yeah, they have
I'm not so
DLP
sure,
policies. But there you go.
Well, I mean,
researchers researching.
We trust Microsoft with all of our
That's
data
true.
anyway, with OneDrive and everything, and most corporations, SharePoint. So, I mean, having it in their AI.
If they're having a breach that gets that far, then
if they're having it in Copilot too, they've already got it.
Fair. It's a fair point.
Yeah.
All right, Tony, it's time to talk about the news that makes me the most upset of all the news tonight. DirecTV.
Oh, yeah. This is bonkers.
I can't believe this went through.
I can't believe this is happening, and I hate everything about it.
More
Went through.
mergers and acquisitions.
Capitalism and monopolies becoming worse and
Yeah,
worse.
but
In
the
this
technology
case-
is dying.
Yeah, in this
It's
case,
like
it's on
the
its
last.
way out. It's on its way out.
It's like when the two
hold on.
satellite radios merged.
Can
What
we-
were they
can we-
called?
Can we claim on its way out?
XM and
Because there's
Sirius.
lots of people that
Yeah,
still
XM
have
and
satellite
Sirius.
TV.
There
Yeah, a lot of people
but
had
not
satellite
as
radio
many-
too.
Not
back
as
in the
many
day
as you
too.
think. How many people how many subscribers do you think they have?
DirecTV or Dish or both combined?
I
Both
bet 800,000.
No, I bet closer
Come on,
to
Owen.
A million.
150 million.
Try 19 million, dude.
That's
Okay,
not much.
19 million. I was only a few million off.
19
Holy
million, and guess
cow.
where Netflix is at?
150 million.
300 million. Okay.
So it's a
Cable
shrinking
TV
pond
Yep.
It's a
cable
shrinking
But it's
TV.
still a
pond with-
pretty big pond
with
a lot of
fish eating.
people.
So the fish are starting to eat each other in this smaller pond.
Yep, exactly what it is. Yep. So DirecTV is reached an agreement to purchase Dish Network for guess how much? If you haven't looked at the article already.
I have not looked. I will guess 2 billion. No. 800 million.
Owen, if you were to guess on the Price is Right, what would you say?
I would go with I'd go with the 900
Tough.
million.
Okay.
900 million.
Jared?
4 billion.
The answer is $1, Bob. $1.
What?
No way.
DirecTV is purchasing Dish Network for $1.
What?
Because-
Lando
sense.
wins.
No, 'cause
because-
we all went over. Price is Right rules. You can't
Yeah,
go
you're all
over.
done.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought
You have
the
to
lowest
go
person still.
closest without going
No.
over. So Dish has $2 billion in debt that's due in November.
That's it.
So
There it is.
DirecTV is assuming all of the debt that Dish Network has,
And then buying them for $1.
and buying them for $1. So
Ooh.
apparently Dish only has $500 million in available cash, but $2 billion due next month.
So they were dead then.
Bankruptcy,
I mean,
basically.
yeah, they were out.
DirecTV
This
is
was
stepping in and saving Dish Network.
Yeah,
at this
right.
point for $1 and paying off their debt.
I wonder how much of that was for infrastructure type stuff. If that's why they're doing it, or
So that's a good
does
question.
it give us reasons?
Yes.
Ooh,
It
let's
says-
go.
It says the specifics of this deal are pretty convoluted. It's a multi-step transaction where first a private equity firm, TPG, will acquire a majority stake in DirecTV from AT&T, because they owned DirecTV up till this point for $7.6 billion. That's step one. Next, DirecTV will buy Dish Network for $1, but it will also take on its $2 billion in debt.
That's a lot of debt.
Now, EchoStar, the parent company of Dish, will keep parts of the business as this transaction goes, including over $30 billion in wireless spectrum investments.
Oh, they're keeping the range.
DirecTV is not getting any of that spectrum.
So what's the
So
value to them?
what
That's the only
spectrum
thing
is
that's
it?
worth anything anymore.
They just want the users?
I guess. And they did say DirecTV will get, as part of the deal, Sling TV. So I mean, I think there's some
Which
value
isn't that a
in
free
Sling
service
TV.
or something?
No, it's not
No.
free.
Oh,
But it's definitely not the big player like it used to be. Sling TV was one of the early.
It competes with
streaming
YouTube
providers.
TV.
Yeah, and they're still there and they're still doing all right, but they're not like Hulu Live or YouTube TV or anything like that. So there you go. That is the convoluted web that has been woven to save Dish Network from
that's how they
bankruptcy.
carved up the carcass.
And I think that AT&T is making out like a bandit here, getting rid of DirecTV
Yeah.
for $7.6
And not
billion.
and not losing the spectrum, right? Like
Well, no.
Or-
AT&T
oh, no,
That's
other-
Dish.
That's
Oh.
Dish's company.
EchoStar.
right,
specifically.
EchoStar. Yeah,
So
But
weird.
yeah,
that's what's
so,
valuable right now because you could take that and go do anything with that.
Yep.
It's range.
And just as a side note as well, that has here the numbers for Comcast, who have 13.2 million subscribers. So they will now be bigger subscriber base wise than Comcast.
Comcast, you just got
still-
dunked on.
Still barely, anything compared to things like Netflix. So
It's okay. Comcast charges double though, so it's more like having 26 million subscribers.
No, I
So-
disagree. Have you looked at pricing for DirecTV lately? It's just as much or more than freaking Comcast for TV.
Well, maybe
think-
at the start, but Comcast then raises your bill
Yeah.
after 6 months.
And
then
plus
raises
the
it
customer
another 6
service,
months.
and plus their customer service has a
But
physical
point
and
is-
emotional toll.
Point is, it's all overpriced, and streaming is
does.
headed into that overpriced direction as well, in my opinion. It's
it's the
freaking ridiculous.
Why is okay? Happier things, such as cool, rapid, unplanned disassemblies.
Oh, so China's trying to duplicate SpaceX, and I don't really
Good on
care
'em.
for the. I don't really care for the story. It's great. They're practicing just like we all saw SpaceX do. 7 years ago. But watching this video of the rocket come down, so they were like flying a drone in 360 around it, and it almost lands. They almost got the landing, and then they didn't. And so I posted
then
the
they
story.
did.
And I posted the story, but they took their drone and they slow mode the explosion, and it's in really high detail, and so you can see just the whole bottom of the rocket just in slow motion blow apart.
I'm watching
That
it
is
right
pretty
now.
cool.
Yeah,
What do you want to bet that's a DJI drone?
yeah.
It
Almost a
probably
guarantee.
is.
Yeah. So it gets so close, and it's just like within, and then kaboom! They slow mo it, and it's so cool. Anyway, that's it. They're competing. China's close to getting reusable rockets, which will vastly start to undercut. I don't know, because the market share between SpaceX and China, there's a little bit of a
Dang, they got super close. Holy
yeah.
cow.
I mean, like
their
like-
engine just cut out too early. I wonder
Yeah.
if they ran out of fuel.
I don't know, but it was a cool explosion.
Indeed.
So, but that was posted on Twitter and but yeah, they're getting close. They're getting close to having reusable rockets,
That's
And,
awesome. I approve.
I don't know if they'll compete with the US market.
100% they will, dude.
You think they will? Cuz I don't think that
Absolutely. If they
like,
offer a
do
cheaper
we-
way to get satellites in orbit,
Oh yeah,
they're in.
big
I'm just
time.
saying I'm just saying for the US though, like will we trust the Chinese to put
oh,
I don't
our
think the
satellites
question
into
is
space?
will we. It's the question will corporations, and the
Yeah,
answer
will
is yes.
corporations.
money talks, right?
Money
yeah, for
talks.
sure.
Yep. If you
But-
can
But
get into
SpaceX does a
space-
lot of government contracts as well. So
If you can get a satellite into space for 70% of the cost, they're going to go over there.
I'll
Of
tell you which
course.
one I'm watching the most because I like it the most is the one that doesn't use any fuel and it just flings
The
stuff.
slingshot style.
Just flings it up into space. Like that's my favorite one so far. So
All right. In other news, we have a story here that I'm wondering why isn't on the arcade stories, but MetaConnect announcements. That's the VR thing, right?
Some of them are on arcade, but the ones that are not geared towards gaming are on here.
Oh, interesting.
They're
Yep.
trying to
Are they trying to
take a-
compete with the Apple Vision? Is
Yeah.
that what this is about?
exactly what it is.
Kinda, kinda. So let's do the boring stuff first and end with the cool stuff. Meta AI updates. It basically doing what other AIs do. So nothing fun there. Meta Ray-Ban smart glasses updates. These
Is
are
he
the
right?
Ray-Bans that have like cameras on the sides. There's a AI assistant built into it that you could talk to, get translations, blah
So
blah blah.
Project Orion.
No, this is
That's
different than that.
Okay.
So there's no screen in the lenses. It's just cameras with audio.
Does it do AR?
That's
No.
what I like. I'm
No,
a
no
fan of
screens.
AR, actually.
Me too.
No.
Could you imagine if they were to the point where they could have glasses that look this good with
Yeah,
AR features?
yeah.
That would be something.
They're attempting to do that with the Orion AR glasses. These ones are AR. They're kind of Ray-Ban style, but if you just make it thicker in every single aspect by like
Is it
3 or
like
4x.
Yeah,
Like if you go into paint and
cartoonishly-
you go into paint and up the pixel count, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
It's like Ray-Bans, but put bold font on it. You know,
Yeah.
like,
They look a lot better than those Snap ones we reported on 2
that's
weeks
true.
ago.
That's true.
yeah, they look way better than anything else out there. But that being said, they're still chunky. However, the tech in it is pretty dang cool. They have these hollow projectors that project image onto the glasses itself. It's got batteries, of course, in the little headband in the ear. What are those called? The sides of the glasses. And the arms. Yes.
Yep.
We got there.
Yep.
Good job, guys. Go team.
So they claim that these lenses have large field of view and immersive capabilities. Sensors can track voice, eye gaze, hand tracking, and electromyography wristband input.
What's electromyography?
EMG?
I
I don't know. I don't know
Google
what
it.
that is.
Somebody Google it.
Now I gotta look it up.
I have to look that up too.
Yep.
Electromyography.
So they
The
demoed
content
this.
our listeners come from is live Googling. Let's go.
Measures the electrical activity of muscles to assess their health and how they work with the nerves that control them. So that's a test they do. So that means they would probably be able to
Control part
control
of
it based on just moving your hand around, and it knows where the nerves are
Oh,
firing,
yeah.
and you can
Oh, that's
assign
cool.
stuff to it.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. So they combine all that sensory input with AI capabilities because, of course, the example they gave is looking in a fridge and asking the AI to spit out a recipe based on your ingredients. It also support video calls, ability to send messages on Meta's platforms, spatial versions of Spotify, YouTube, Pinterest. Everything I said sounds like a product. It's not a product yet. There's no release date. They're not even talking about a release date. It is real though. They've showed it to people. People have demoed it. So it's more than a prototype, but less than a product. Whatever that means.
I hope it
like
becomes
those-
a product.
like
I
those
want this
smart
so bad.
Like those smart contacts lenses, like they had doctors on the,
Those
On
were
the-
not even prototyped.
Yeah. Oh,
but
and-
they were
that-
but they had
that's-
doctors though.
You just gotta let
Tony.
it go, man.
They had doctors. You saw.
Oh, and I'm with you.
They had lab
it
coats
wasn't
on.
real.
They looked super smart.
It was-
Glasses.
They did, and they totally duped you.
No, Tony, those were doctors. I mean, I'm not a smart man, but I know what a doctor is. Okay.
Yeah, you do. All right. What else, Jaron?
it's a concept of a prototype. Owen.
Oh, I love those. That's
Yeah.
right. See,
yeah,
oh.
that's what that
I'm
is.
as legitimate as a presidential candidate.
That's right. Concept of a
Hey
plan.
yo.
A leaked roadmap says that they could arrive in 2027. I think they need to thin it down a bit more to get mass adoption of this.
How do you do that though? I feel like if they
Well,
could, they would have.
Battery tech. And
Yeah, you have to
projector tech.
pray-
That's
Solid
the
state
two
batteries.
things.
Yeah, you
those
have
are
to
the-
It's
hope,
on
right?
on the horizon.
I would be okay with with a slim little cable coming off the back and going down my shirt.
Do you feel like
No.
I would be
No.
okay with
do you,
that.
Do
No,
you feel like
I think
somebody
that's
was like,
the
"Oh,
worst thing about Vision Pro.
I guess
I
that,
do not like that at all.
I guess that has to come out because, like, would somebody have said, no, don't release this laptop now. It's going to be big and clunky. Wait a few years for
Right.
battery tech. Like,
Yeah, but-
you have to come to market, right? With
So
whatever
if
the
I
thing
was
is.
going to make a concession on this, I would say a neck band with a cable going down to the neck band.
I would be okay with that concession too.
But
I
I don't
want
a
AR
cable going
glasses.
down my. I don't want a cable going all the way down into my pocket. No way.
I want AR glasses so bad. Like that's the
me
thing
too.
about the Vision Pro. I have not yet tried the Vision Pro, but it's still a VR headset. I want glasses that let me see through to the real world, and then do AR things with the real world. That's
Yeah,
what I
I'm
want.
I'm the opposite. I don't care one bit about AR. I want total immersion VR. That's what I want.
Okay.
Speaking of that,
Different
did you, hear
strokes for different folks.
did you guys hear that HoloLens is kaput? They just said we're not
that
doing
was
it.
the
Transition I was gonna make.
Oh,
Good
I didn't know
job,
you had that
Owen.
story. Go ahead. Go ahead, Tony.
Yeah,
I didn't
Tony
know you
has
had
it.
that story in there.
It's entitled "Who Could Have Ever Seen This Coming?" Me.
You.
Us. We
I saw it
everyone
coming. I saw this,
caught-
and I'm like, this is obvious
HoloLens-
news.
HoloLens is so cool in concept, but it just never really made it off the ground as far as consumers are concerned.
Do you think it's because of price? And it had to do for price, right? Like
price, size, actual usability? I tried to play with the HoloLens 1, and its field of vision, not only was it narrow, but it was small. It was basically like trying to look through a mail slot on a door.
Are you
and
serious?
see AR through that.
Oh, that's so bad.
It was not
That
good.
sucks.
oh, so it's super.
and it was
narrow.
huge too.
It's
Yeah.
huge. So they made the HoloLens 2 in 2019, and it looked like it was kind of just going to be for like military. There's a few military contracts.
I
for
know a bunch of
augmented reality
people
stuff.
did it for
And,
corporates, right?
Yep, corporations were targeted, but it just, and it was just too big and bulky, and it wasn't supported by enough other things and everything. I mean, it was just one of those things that's like, yeah, well, but like you said earlier, you got to put the stuff out that might not be great before you can put out the stuff that is great. So hopefully they could take a lot of this tech and make something else cool with it. As well as scrapping it, though, they said there are no plans for a HoloLens 3
Yeah.
at this point. So I think what'll end up, they'll take bits and pieces of it that they liked and incorporate it into other products. The
Okie
end.
dokie. Talk to us about fixing Apple Bluetooth, Tony.
Oh, this is another story I'm very excited about.
I figured as much.
There is a company out there that's been making audio DACs and stuff like that for a while called FIO, F-I-I-O. I believe they are Japanese. One of their new products that they just announced comes out next week. It is a small and comparatively stylish looking Bluetooth dongle that's USB-C that you can just plug into the bottom of any phone. But in this case, it's perfect for Apple iPhone because Apple iPhone's Bluetooth blows chunks.
Oh yeah, and it fixes their stupid AC.
You download an app that connects to it, and you can connect all your Bluetooth devices to this small dongle, and it's small, like pretty flat too. So like you could put it in your pocket, and it doesn't feel like it's just gonna like break off, bending your
Yeah,
leg or whatever.
that's a big deal.
And it supports all of the sweet aptX stuff from Qualcomm Snapdragon sound, along with the other larger codecs like LDAC from Sony, and Bluetooth LE will come in a software update, they said, later on down the line.
What?
Little weird
It's not
that
even out yet?
A little weird that Bluetooth LE wasn't coming out of the box because that's the free one. Bluetooth LE doesn't require any licensing.
No license.
That's
Oh.
disappointing. I'm out until
But
that's
it-
there.
I'm getting it because I have.
It's impulse.
several-
It's
It's
impulse
44
level. It's
bucks.
44
Oh,
bucks. That's
for
that's
sure.
that's accidental impulse
Yep.
level.
Yep, I'm ordering this 100% because FIO also has a very good track record with good quality, affordable audio gear.
It's not just for your iPhone. You can put it in
You
your
can put it anything you want.
in
You
your
can put it on your
laptop.
Switch.
You can put it on your
laptop.
Switch. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
sweet.
whatever you want. So it's called the BT11, and it has a little bit of RGB on the indicator light as well.
Little light
So-
blue.
Very cool.
Yep, pulses white light when it's playing LDAC, yellow when it's playing aptX HD, and green when it's playing aptX lossless, so you know what codec you're using.
So the Bluetooth in iPhones is the AAC stuff. That's not that great. They should have fixed that, right?
Yeah, 100%.
But if you were using USB-C headphones, you don't have that same problem, right? Like their audio codecs are good. That's what this is taking advantage of, is the USB-C connection.
No, the USB-C just moves.
It's just data.
It's
Okay.
just data. Yeah. I don't know what what kind of audio, if any, audio decoding they have hardwired into the Apple iPhone stuff. I know there's a few phones out there, Android phones, that have a decent LDAC built in that you can access via the USB adapter, but I don't know for iPhone. But yeah,
Interesting.
FiO BT11, $44 when it goes on sale.
$44.
It's going to have all the goodies that I've been craving for the iPhone.
When does it go on sale?
The 8th of October.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
That's really
This
soon
I'm
after
going
this
to
comes
review
out.
it for sure. I'm gonna order it and review it and let you guys know how it is.
I just
But-
like the multi-connection too. Ugh,
Yep.
that's so good. I like it.
All right, Owen. I feel like what I'm reading here, this sounds like good news with HP ink cartridges.
It kind of is, but it's more of a stick it to HP. You know, HP's
I love
famous
that.
for-
You know,
I know.
my opinion is printers are sent straight from hell to make our lives miserable as IT
Well,
people.
And HP
Like
doesn't
printers
help.
suck.
And HP doesn't help with requiring genuine toners. Their issue is
Worst.
HP's issue is that they're like, no. We remember when they put DRM on the toners
Got in trouble
and
for that.
Oh, I hate that so much.
try and stop you. And now the ink cartridges, it can tell if it's a refill or if it's been used because they log the device. The every ink cartridge has a serial number. And so they log it and they go, "Oh, sorry, this is a used ink cartridge already. You can't use it. Sorry. The ink's too low." Because what happens is once the ink cartridge gets flagged as low,
sucks
knowing
so
that
bad.
knowing that you can't refill them because they're sealed, then HP pulls them and notes them in a database somewhere that says, "Nope, that is an invalid cartridge. It's too low, and that could affect your prints, and that's not what you want. And we care about
want that
you.
to happen.
We care
They-
about
they
you,
could-
dear end user."
They could use the blockchain for this.
Yeah, they could. Whoa, Jaron, what's wrong with you? Hit your head? You okay,
What is
buddy?
going on?
They could use the blockchain to screw us all.
Yeah. Well, they didn't. Some guy,
Don't put that in the universe, Jared. Don't let them. Don't help them screw us.
HP, just like sat up in the middle of their bed wherever they are. With blockchain. So what happened is that these guys, the cat and mouse here with HP is that now these guys are doing a man in the middle attack with these little flexible silicone PCBs, flexible PCBs that have different circuitry on it that basically they're reselling cracked open refilled ink cartridges.
Awesome.
And what has happened is that they basically tell HP knows that toner exists, but it doesn't know the fill level, and so it checks it and goes, "Oh nope, that's too low," and it's a use. But right now, with this little PCB that you just lay over the circuitry, it's like a little sticker that they sell these refilled cartridges with. It tells the printer and HP by default that, "Oh yeah, it's a used cartridge. You know that because you've got the serial number, but the toner is still very full." So
Very full.
very full. And so the printer goes, "Well, it's an old, I think it warns you and says something like, you've got an aging cartridge, but the ink is still full."
Aging cartridge.
And so that's how they're getting around the refill issue. Because I don't know if you guys have followed printer ink refills, but like people are drilling small holes into like the laser printers and like funneling the powder in to make it full again. And so HP banned that. They said, no, we've seen this printer cartridge before, and it got flagged as empty. So this is definitely a refill, and that will affect your printer, and that will affect, like they say that
swear.
the toner's
I
going to
swear.
leak and that will damage your printer, and then they'll be held liable. And they do a
No.
bunch of hand waving about how, oh, this is protection because that could introduce viruses and all sorts of things. And at the end of the day, HP just wants to get you on that ink subscription.
Yep.
Yeah, because every
And
time I go to
tone.
use my damn printer, it's out of toner every single time. It
And
sucks.
if you use an ink printer and you don't print regularly, the head dries out. And then
Laser
doesn't
printer, my
yeah.
guys.
Oh, they
Laser
are the
printer.
way. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Laser printer is the way to go.
yeah, but for someone like me who only prints documents
But
like
they're-
once every 5 months,
Yeah, that's why you want a laser printer because it doesn't dry out like that.
Exactly.
yeah, but it's so
Laser
much money
printers
for
are
how much I
3
print.
times as much, though. I've always acquired
Wait
my
a minute.
laser printers from work.
You work for the government. Just use their printers.
Hey, you know what? That's what I do, Tony. Except for when the moment when it's like 2 in the morning, it's like I have something to do tomorrow, and I need something printed off for it. I don't have time to go to work.
Fraud, waste, and abuse.
Anyway, well, that's our
Get 'em,
show,
Jared.
dear listener. Thanks for listening.
Get him, Jared.
But before we go, we're going to shout out our Patreon listeners. Jaron has those for us in just a moment. But before he does that, I want to make sure everyone knows that the Patreon has wonderful benefits, and you should all subscribe. Give us your lovely money, your hard-earned dollary dues to the
us
Geek
your
Show
money.
Helpdesk.
Just so
via
you can
the
get into
Patreon.
just so you can get into our secret Discord channel. Because
Honestly,
some of the pictures that we post in there. In fact, I'm going to post a picture of
I think you're
Jared in there later.
I think you're overselling it.
I think the best part
have
is
to
just
agree.
get for $1 mere a month, dear listener. $1 mere, you get access to the in-between, which I think is the best part. But you also get, for $1 you do a month, access to the super secret Discord channel, which is also very good. I should participate there more than I do. I used to be really good at it, but now I'm bad, and I apologize. If you pay us more money, you get more benefits, which are stop.
I love
sounds
this.
so bad.
This is
If
good.
you give us more
We've needed
money,
this.
you get
Thank
your name,
Lando.
your name read off in the show, just like Jaren's about to do for us now. Go ahead, Jaren.
Thank you to David Broshinsky, Aaron
Hold
Faulkner,
on, stop.
Connor Keesaw, and
You
Wolfball
need to,
Tony.
you got to pit those people. These people are the ones that pay us $6 or more. There's
I was-
or
I
more
was-
people.
I was going to say, I don't know why they've stuck with us for so long, but
These are
They're-
the
they're
or more
amazing.
people, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
these
These
first
ones are the
or
or
more.
more.
These guys
To
are
be
bomb.
clear,
they love us more than our wives do.
we love them. We
Jared
love them
likes
so
me a lot.
much.
Yeah.
We should create another super secret Discord just for these people who can get us and ping us our phones on any time they want.
How
I would
are
do
you
that.
not a door-to-door salesman, Lando? With pitches like that,
We'd have to create
You'd be
Lando.
rolling
We'd
in
have
the
to
money.
create a whole new tier though, and I don't want to do that.
Take some Ritalin, make it happen. Let's go.
Moving on, guys. The more we talk about our horrible Patreon, the worse it gets for us.
It's not
Horrible
horrible.
Patreon.
What are you talking about?
Now you're exaggerating.
The Rev
It's not
250 is so
horrible.
much fun.
It is mediocre, right down the middle.
Jason
Well, let's
Eatman,
make it better.
Meese Chonies, no mole climbs that can't be mountain killed.
Oh, you screwed that
Mountain
one up.
Hilled over. True King of Synthos. Be the 8-year-old. Michael Shane, Tony the Home Theater Greek. Travis Johnson, buy Geek Show Arcade Top Desk stickers at Pineman Graphics on Etsy. All proceeds go to Lee George Cade's medical bills. Jeremy, No Name No Color, Eric Steinman, Eric Cruz, in between rating plus 10. Matt Nelson, DP, Wesley, Adam, Stuart Lloyd. The problem with society is meatballs is tasty, and Ryan.
And that's another benefit I forgot to mention. If you subscribe for $6 or more, and you can make Jaren say whatever you want him to say, and it's the best. So do that. It's worth it.
Just
That
that.
True King of Synthos, nice deep cut from the regular show. That is good stuff right there.
Okay, Tony, play the music.
Okay. Oh, now?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to take us out. I can't play the music. Thanks for listening, dear listener. It's the best. Tony's going to take us out right now.
All right. If you have a question, no need to talk to a human. Just go ahead and ask an AI. Maybe if you share your innermost feelings, it will spare you. Be an end user.
That was pretty good.